Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have the Fehi Banana, a banana so unusual and so unique that if you showed it to me without telling me what it is, I would probably not even recognize it as a banana. I would say, well, this might be some huge katapa nut, or maybe some ilang fruit. Could be some crazy variety of papaya, but it's a banana. By the way, this is a very tiny fruit from a very tiny underdeveloped pseudostem. They tend to be much bigger. They tend to be basically the size of a smallish loaf of bread. Well, what are the Fehi bananas? Most bananas we know and use nowadays, they are some hybrid of Musa acuminata and Musa balbisiana. Not so the Fehi bananas, they are something completely different. I think I said in one video that there were some balbisiana acuminata hybrid. That's completely wrong. We don't know what they are, but they seem, well, they're definitely in a totally different section of the genus Musa. They're in Australimusa, not even closely related to our normal bananas. They seem to be some sort of hybrid between Musa lolodensis, Musa maclai, and Musa peekeli. Lots of crazy bananas I've never heard before. Well, the plants look quite different from a normal banana plant. The bunches don't hang down. They grow kind of upright or semi-upright. Quite crazy. The sap of those bananas is very colorful. Some have purple sap, some have blood red sap, basically the exact color of human blood. Yeah, historically those bananas are also very important. They originated in Papua New Guinea, most probably. We think they originated in Papua New Guinea. But then during the Polynesian expansion, they got kind of spreads throughout the Indo-Pacific, mostly the Pacific. And not only were the Polynesians instrumental for spreading the Fehi bananas were also instrumental for the success of the Polynesian people, because those Polynesians, they would travel through immense expanses of water between small islands in environments which are very poor in vitamin A. And those bananas are incredibly rich in vitamin A. So without those bananas, maybe the Polynesians wouldn't have really survived in those environments. It wouldn't have been able to conquer millions of square kilometers of sea with the tiny specks of islands distributed there. Well, nowadays, unfortunately, those sacred ancient bananas, which were, they were quite revered by Polynesian and Papua and other peoples, they are falling a bit out of fashion even in their native homeland, and that's why... Oh, by the way, the playing children around me have nothing to do with the video. I'm just in a public park, so yeah, there are other people around here too. Don't be confused about them. Well, because the Fehi are so unusual, I was always very keen on trying them. Last year I didn't manage to try them. This year, in the beginning of January, I found quite a smallish pseudostem with readily developed Fehi, which needed a couple more weeks to ripen. So the boss of the Tenerife Palmetum, the place where they cultivate Fehis here on Tenerife, and me, we started waiting for them. And then one day we went there and they were gone. This is, by the way, not the Tenerife Palmetum, this is a different park. We went there and they were gone. Well, there is some gardener who goes around, some gardening boss who goes around and basically cuts off almost ripe banana bunches and throws them into the trash. He already destroyed some other very interesting bananas, the poingo bananas. And then he also cut off the Fehi. Like with the poingos, 2 weeks earlier, I found the stump of the Fehi banana and nothing else. But then I got lucky. several hundred meters away, in the area where they have the containers with trash to be thrown away, I found one banana on the ground. And I recognized it. This is the underdeveloped Fehi I was waiting for. So this bunch had, I think, 5 or 6 bananas, and I managed to snag at least one of them. It was completely green and quite hard when I collected it a couple days before. But now I've been carrying it for a couple days, and as you see, it gets bruised and so on. And I'm afraid if I wait for it to get completely ripe, I might squish it and not be able to do a video. So folks, this is the rare, the unique, the unusual, the sacred, the historically significant Fehi, and the really tiny one. As I said, they should be twice the size in any direction, so basically 8 times that big. Can you imagine a banana that thick? That would be by far the thickest banana I've ever seen. So now that I saved it, I'm gonna try it. They are best cooked, but right now I have no kitchen, and since I have only one banana, well, let's cut it open. Since I have only one banana, I want to do everything right. I want to show you everything right. Oh, okay. Doesn't seem to be completely ripe, but I already started cutting it, so today this banana goes. This banana's gonna end today. Well, the inside is quite a pale yellow color. Should be a bright orange when ripe. The outside should also be a bright orange, but yeah, firstly, this is not very ripe, and secondly, the phone doesn't show orange very well. Actually, I see it a bit more orange, but it should be even much more orange than that, but it's not. Well, the smell is one of this, yeah, it smells like a banana. Like an unusual banana. It also smells a lot like sorrel. It's not a typical banana flavor, but this other type of flavor bananas sometimes have. Maybe I've been eating too many rare bananas already. For me, it's quite normal when a banana doesn't smell like bananas, but like other things. Well, I've been eating a lot of rare bananas, but this is probably the most rare and most unusual of them. Well, as I said, the flesh should be a much brighter color, but it's not completely ripe. And already the skin is very soft, so I didn't dare to transport it any longer in my backpack. A bit boring. I think it could be a bit underripe. It's not really astringent like underripe bananas. It's a bit tasteless. But it has an interesting consistency. Basically, it's a bit chewy. Interesting. Pity I couldn't wait till it was ripe. If I was staying in one place, I would have left it a couple more days, but since yesterday I've been afraid that it's gonna get squished in my backpack. It's funny, it separates readily from the skin. That's a sign that it's ripe. But on the other hand, the color and also the taste suggest that it's not completely ripe. Nice thick plump banana. It's good enough, and I can totally imagine what it will be like when it's ripe. There is another bunch developing on the same Fehi. I have to go to the palmatum and check if then, well, I told the guys a couple of almost ripe bananas. I hope they're gonna harvest them. But I have to check when the next Fehi bunch is almost ripe. Maybe I'll even have a kitchen and be able to eat them. Interesting banana. Definitely one of the most unique bananas I've ever eaten. I wouldn't say the most unique one. Well, its looks and its history are definitely the most unique one, but taste-wise it was definitely not the most unique one, but still a very interesting and very good banana. I hope I can present you some more ripe, more well-developed bananas of the same hybrid one day. Well, folks, this was the Fehi banana, grown here on the beautiful island of Tenerife. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the nice island of Tenerife. And of course, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe.